And it struck me as I'm stewing on Joshua 1:9, how much be strong and courageous is actually found throughout the Old Testament. It wasn't just a command for Joshua, although it was repeated command for Joshua and for good reason. Israel was coming out of the wilderness, out of the desert, and was being moved into the promised land. And what lay ahead of them was literal giants, pagan nations, war, battle. There will be death. There will be real tremendous hardships facing them. But yet God was calling them to be strong and courageous and reminding them the promise that he would be with them. And so, yes, it was so relevant for Joshua, but it's relevant for us today because we also see it echoed all throughout Scripture. We see it through the Old Testament and we also see it through the New Testament. And so I'm going to walk you through these verses where I found it in the Old Testament. And then I'm also going to show you how we see it echoed through the New Testament and ultimately through Jesus Christ. And I'm going to then share, how does it practically work out to walk out and be strong and courageous? How do we start to build the faith to know that God is with us? How do we know God is with us? Actually, maybe that's the question. So I'm just going to work through that with you. And I'm doing this because it has encouraged me greatly. And so I'm hoping that this is not just a word that was for me and for my friends, but it's also a word for you, because I sense at the beginning of the year, many of us are facing some big steps of faith.